Zip-a-dee-doo-dah. This is a Walt Disney tune. It's from the movie Song of the South, which came out in 1946. I saw this movie as a kid. I would have been 5 in 1946. Seems I might have been a little older when I saw it, but maybe not, because I saw it in the movie theater. The song actually won the Oscar for Best Song in 1946. It was, I just read this recently, that it was the second time that a Disney tune won the Oscar for Best Song. The first time was in 1940 when it was Wish Upon a Star. It's a delightful song, and when we were doing the swing band a lot, the Ladd McIntosh Swing Orchestra, I got into a sort of a routine where when we would play special holidays, I would write some charts to feature tunes from those particular holidays. So in the swing band library, I have 8 or 10 tunes for St. Patrick's Day on well-known Irish tunes, and I've got some tunes for Halloween, like Jeepers Creepers and Witchcraft, and Ghost of a Chance. We did a whole album of Christmas tunes that I've arranged for the swing band. We call that's the Ladd McIntosh Swing Orchestra Christmas and Swing Time. That's got 18 charts on Christmas tunes. A couple of them are medleys. I've even written a couple since. I've also got about 8 or 10 tunes for Paris or France, which we just recently did April in Paris at Club 507 for Wendy Mintz. I've also done, one of the things that people wanted was to do a Disney night. So I started doing arrangements of Disney tunes, and this was probably one of the first ones that popped into my head to do would be Zip-a-dee-doo-dah. It's a straight ahead swing tune, but I do some interesting things with it. When it comes to the jazz solos, rather than use the changes of Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, I think it's a blues, and on the first solo, which is the trombone solo, I think it's Eric Jorgensen, it's a blues in major, but then when it comes back the second time, it's a blues in minor, and I believe Doug Webb is the soloist on that. I have an extended melody. In other words, the rhythm section is moving still at the same original upbeat tempo, but the melody is stretched out. It's elongated over those changes, which is pretty clever, and I guess you could call that an advanced compositional skill. I originally wrote the chart in 2015, and as soon as I wrote it for the swing band, I knew it was something I'd want to do with the big band. So I wrote the 2 charts literally at the same time. All I did was have to enlarge the brass section. I had 3 more brass because it's still 5 saxophones, the same rhythm, everything else is the same. My understanding is the tune has lost favor with Disney, which is too bad. You know, it's a fun tune. It should be played a lot because it's fun to play. I wrote a blues, but it's an extended blues. It's not 12-bar blues, it's 24-bar blues. So instead of 4 bars of the B flat 7, it's 8 bars, and instead of 2 bars of E flat 7, it's 4 bars. So it's extended. Plus, I've got this repeated figure where it's like bum 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 bum, and that continues. It continues with the chord changes. Here's where it goes to E flat 7, or E flat. I shouldn't say E flat 7 because it's just E flat. It's more like a major blues. And that goes back to B flat. Still doing that. And then the F7 and E flat 7 again, and then back to B flat. So that's a 24-bar blues. It's just instead of 12. Then I have go back to the tune, which is nice, the full ensemble and it's played really well. And then when I get to the jazz solo for the tenor, I use that same idea, and I introduce it the same way for a couple bars, for the first four bars, but then I make it minor after that. So I thought that was pretty clever. So instead of going to an E flat chord, I go to a C minor chord, and now that's 8 bars, and now it's F minor, the 4 chord, for 4 bars, then the C minor for 7 for 4 bars, and then again G7 and F7. So it's like a minor blues, but it's a step above what it was before. And then I probably bring it back to the original key, I would think. Here we go. Here's the extended melody I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Boo ba ba da ba. It's held over that. While this punch idea is still going on,
right,
with the trombones and the answer being answered by the upper brass. So it makes the chart really interesting, and I continue this extended melody idea, whereas before it was much quicker. Now the melody is stretched out over the idea that I had originated with that extended blues. Finally, I pick it up the way it was originally with the bridge of the tune. Okay.
And then you tag it with the lyric in a completely different key, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good, yeah. The opening line of it is in a different key, so even though we did the tune in B flat, I believe, yeah, the ending chord is D flat major 9 sharp 11.
There it is, yeah.
It's a very effective ending. I write good endings.
Yeah, you do.
They're not always the same.